The book of Revelation contains a series of ancient letters directed at early Christian communities. The final letter was commissioned by the glorified Christ, identifying himself as the Amen, the God of absolute truth, and sent with a messenger to the church in Laodicea. To understand this letter, you have to look at the city. Ancient Laodicea sat perfectly at the crossroads of major Roman trade routes, making it a thriving financial powerhouse. In 60 AD, a massive earthquake leveled the region. Rome immediately offered disaster relief funds. Laodicea refused. Looking at the sprawling footprint of the ruins today, you can see the scale of the city they rebuilt entirely out of their own pockets. That wealth was supported by 3 local industries. They housed a massive banking sector, they produced a highly sought-after glossy black wool, and a renowned medical school manufactured a famous eye salve that was exported across the empire. Paying for their own reconstruction bred a culture of absolute arrogance. The citizens, and by extension the local church, internalized the idea that they were completely self-sufficient and didn't need help from anyone. Imagine the messenger arriving from Patmos, walking into the Laodicean church assembly, holding that final scroll. He looks out at a congregation dripping in local wealth. They are dressed in their city's signature fine black wool, completely comfortable and secure in their social status. They had a specific way of viewing themselves, recorded right in the text. Their core belief was, "I am rich, I have become wealthy, and have need of nothing." Then the messenger unrolls the parchment and begins to read Jesus' actual assessment of their lives. The opening words are brutal. Christ says they are neither cold nor hot, but lukewarm. Because of that, he will vomit them out of his mouth. The region's geography explains this devastating label. 6 miles north, Hierapolis had therapeutic hot springs. 10 miles east, Colossae had refreshing cold streams. Laodicea had neither. To survive, the city built a long underground aqueduct to pipe in water from miles away. By the time that water finally reached the city, it was tepid and thick with calcium carbonate deposits. For anyone unaccustomed to it, the impurities and temperature would induce an immediate vomiting reflex. Christ draws a direct parallel to their spiritual state. Their faith provided neither the healing restoration of hot water nor the refreshing relief of cold. Their comfortable religion was entirely useless and spiritually sickening. Jesus then turns his attention to the specific economic pillars that gave the city its pride, dismantling their self-image piece by piece. To the congregation sitting on vast bank accounts, he declares them spiritually wretched, miserable, and poor. To the proud people wearing the region's most expensive and sought-after black wool, the letter declares them entirely spiritually naked. And to the citizens who exported world-famous medical eye salve, he diagnoses them as completely, hopelessly blind. As the letter is read, the oxygen leaves the room. Their illusion of prosperity vanishes, exposing the reality of their spiritual bankruptcy. Jesus tailored the letter to their specific pride, weaponizing their local economic boasts to dismantle their spiritual delusion. The letter immediately offers a prescription. Christ tells them to stop trusting their local markets and instead buy true gold refined in fire, pure white garments of righteousness, and spiritual eye salve directly from him. Their self-reliance worked so well in the physical world, they applied it to their faith, inadvertently locking Jesus entirely outside of their own assembly. He issues an ultimatum. "Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I will come in." Jesus used this scathing indictment as a rescue attempt, offering a path out of their self-deception through the lens of divine love. The congregation is left with a choice. Many likely remain paralyzed in their exposed pride, but the invitation is personal, waiting for any individual willing to turn the handle. For those who answer that knock, Christ promises restored fellowship, pictured as sitting down to share a meal together. Then he offers an astonishing final reward. The overcomers are lifted from their wretched state and granted the privilege of a seat beside Christ on his own throne. God strips away these destructive self-delusions to clear the path, offering us a seat at his eternal table.